Hey guys, happy Friday today. Last day of this first week of distance learning. Again, I know there's been some ups and downs with it, but really things I've seen from you guys already, you've been doing great. Again, if you have any questions or any trouble, let me know. Email, Zoom me. All those things have been working great, so keep doing those things, okay? For today's assignment, I know some of you are still finishing up maybe the assessment video, so just kind of a short assignment here, just this Algebra 1 BB.5. Again, one more day we talked about working with Vertex Form, and then going on to Monday, we'll start something different. Something that still goes along with quadratics, but won't be with Vertex Form. And again, Vertex Form we won't be having on a quiz or anything. So, but just something I wanted to show you so that you know about it, because you will see it again, I guarantee it. Okay? So, one thing about Vertex Form, again, you were working on the assignment from yesterday, the worksheet, it seemed like it was going pretty good. This is what Vertex Form looks like in general. Maybe you want to jot this down while you're doing this particular IXL. It looks like, and we're going to see another equation that fits the same form actually very soon. But y equals a, which is just kind of like, almost like ax squared plus bx plus c, right? Like a constant that tells us a steepness kind of factor here. Times, then you saw this yesterday on that worksheet a lot, x minus, and the variable they use to put there for that number that goes for the x coordinate of the vertex is h. That's just the variable they use. And it's that binomial squared, and then plus k, which ended up being the y coordinate of the vertex. So again, if you were marking down when that was happening yesterday too, I don't know why when I move stuff it's disappearing. I'll try one more time here. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. And if I was writing down what the vertex is, then it would be h k, that's the vertex. But considering, again, we're just talking about h, this formula wants to be subtraction, so again, keep an eye on that. It's kind of the opposite sign of what it looks, but this is the vertex of the parabola, okay? Now, to help you with this particular IXL, you're going to notice something right away, especially a lot of the first problems. At least I've gone through this IXL a couple times to kind of see what you guys should expect. And a lot of the first problems don't even, they aren't really using much of Vertex Form, really. It almost looks like standard form still, okay? But just know that if you see, so in Vertex Form, it still is that form, but we can just pick out what the vertex is based on the fact that I don't see a parentheses here like Vertex Form is supposed to have. Right, so this first one, f of x equals 2x squared. Well, I don't see, it's not like parentheses x minus anything, right? Oops, x minus any number. And so since that's the case, you could just say, well, the vertex of this one is going to be 0 for x. And then I don't see anything on the edge like added or subtracted, so what do you know, it's 0 again. So when I go to start graphing this one, the vertex is at 0, 0. And then you can just plug in, just like when you make a table pretty much for this one. As you get later in the assignment, it'll help too. Once you find your vertex 0, 0, maybe then just plug in some points nearby, 1 or -1. You won't need too many because it says on this IXL you just have to find the vertex and then plot one other point. So I could plug in 1 or -1, it won't matter, but just plug in another point that's near the vertex. If I put 1 in there into this equation back up here, 1 squared is 1 times 2 gives me 2. And it would be the same thing on both sides. And so this should be 0, 0, and then 1, 2. And once I plot those points, you notice how it shows you, just like using the axis of symmetry, right? It gives you both those points, really, which is kind of cool. So once I do that, oh, I guess there's where all my writing is showing up, weird enough. I don't know why it's doing that, but even see School G glitching, IXL glitching, everything, okay? I don't know what's going on this week, so we'll get it figured out. Good, but that one is right, very good. Oh, my goodness, you guys. It's been a week. Erase, erase, go, bye, see ya. There we go. Good, better. Okay, so same thing with this one too. Okay, again, it's not really in that vertex form, is it, for us? But just notice then that means, well, I don't see anything x in parentheses. Since no x in parentheses, that means the vertex would be 0 something, because it's not x minus 2 or x plus 3 or anything like that. So it'd be 0 something, and I don't see anything, again, added or subtracted as a constant out here, like that constant k. So again, my vertex is 0, 0. Again, you don't have to show work on this one, but if you're going to write anything down, I just write down the vertex, and then maybe you can make a little table when you have to plug in another point, okay? But again, you'll find out that some of these will go pretty quick once you get in the groove of them. So 0, 0 is my vertex. And if I put, let's say, 1 in again, 1 squared is 1 times negative 3 gives me negative 3. So, oops, it'd be negative 3 right there, okay? And so that's what it starts to look like. I'm going to skip ahead and just do one to me that's a little further down the road here, okay, like as if you've gotten further in this IXL. But so far, I've noticed that we get a lot of these to start off this IXL. Okay, here I found another one now that where it's not necessarily at 0, 0 or just something else on the y-axis. Here we're actually using more of the vertex form now. So this one says f of x equals negative 8x, and then parentheses x plus 7. So remember what that would mean for the vertex. As you learned yesterday, the vertex would be negative 7 for the x-coordinate. And then if there was a y-coordinate for the vertex, it would be somewhere out here, plus or minus something. But since that's nothing, this one is still 0. So negative 7, 0 is what where my vertex will be. So I'll plot that in just a second here. And then to find another point, again, now think just like when we're doing our table, right? This is the vertex. So now maybe I'll plug in something that's nearby, like let's say negative 6. Okay, so I'll plug that in for x and see what I get up there in the formula. So negative 6, if I put that in for x, negative 6 plus 7 gives me 1. And then 1 squared, as it says up here, would be just 1 again, and then negative 8. 1 times negative 8 would be negative 8. So if I put in negative 6, I get negative 8 as a point. Okay, negative 6, I'll have to go way down here. Negative 6, negative 8. I'll plot these points with the little pointer. Negative 6, negative 8. So that's what this one starts to look like. Okay, so some of those, again, as you get later in the assignment, you start using more vertex form. And when all else fails, then make a little table or plug some numbers in just like we did here with the negative 6. Especially once you find the vertex, then plug in something nearby, and that should help you. If you still need more help, definitely let me know, and I will help you too, guys. Okay, hope you all have a great weekend. Enjoy. Talk to you soon.